Oh man, that was a blonde moment. Alright, this is the free stream for Funded Futures Network on October 10th. I honestly forgot to start the recording, so it's a little bit late. We are in a trade right now on gold. We are long. Waited for the first 10 minutes of price, like I always do. One moment, let me fix this. Here's the entry criteria that I use. You can see that we got the close right here. I went long. We push up. I was originally in two. I took one off right here. Looks like this one might come around and stop me out. Probably should have protected my profits a little bit there, but I was starting OBS, so. Looks like we pushed up in this one. Yeah, right there. Draw this a little better. Yep. So we're trying to crack this balance right here. I don't know if it's going to happen right now, but I don't want to like give this more room because this is all my profit for the day. So if it stops me out right here, then I'll just kind of wait around, look for another entry, or maybe just call it for the day. I'm up 470 bucks for the day. This is a good way to end the week. No point in chasing. But I still think this has potential to run through this, right? Because we need to come all the way back up here, right? Like we actually have a lot of price up here that needs to get redelivered to. This entire area right here needs to get redelivered to. So at some point, price is probably going to run up. Ah, stop. Epilepsy. Hello, where's my candles? I don't know why this happens sometimes. Like I'm on the 5 minute. What's going on? Anyone ever experienced this issue? I don't know how to fix it. I'm gonna try to refresh the page. Yeah, I usually have to refresh the page. It's just a little dangerous, you know, dude. What happens if price starts moving all crazy and I'm in a big position when I have to do that? Alright, here we go. Pumping up now. Bum, bum, bum. So like I said, guys, this is super brain dead. Like you literally don't need to know a damn what thing about trading to do this. If you just follow this strategy right here. Oh, that's way worse. There we go. Now you actually don't even need to know how to trade to use this. You literally just need to follow these rules, and look, it's printing money for you almost every day. Let's see. Oh man, it doesn't save. Alright, we gotta close past this balance, so I'm thinking that we're gonna push into this next area right here. And this is probably where we'll see price reject at. Yeah, rejected right here. Let's see, if it's gonna break this though, we're gonna run pretty far. We're gonna probably run up to this. Here. So I'll make room for a runner here. I'll see if we can get some good momentum going. And I guess a third confluence for this trade would be the trend line break. You know, that's also a pretty good indicator that you're going to be looking for a change of structure, some upward momentum. You just can't only trade trend line breaks. You know, you're going to get chopped up. Like, you can't be only looking for trend line breaks. But I do think they're a good confluence. I think there's good value in them. You can make money with them. This is where I struggle at, you guys. This is when I need to do better in my trading. Like I really just want to close this right now. But I'm gonna move it up. Look, you see they fixed this, man. The other day, whenever you would move your stop loss from below your trade to above it into positive, it would just close your trade instantly. Uh, Support fixed this in like literally 3 minutes, you guys. I was mind blown. I was like, holy crap, you can update the whole platform that fast? Like, it's so sick. Since it's a web-based platform, they can roll out updates live. They don't have to update the whole platform. You don't have to close it. Alright, I'm going to protect some of my money here because, like I said, we're going to come into this balance and start rejecting. If it rejects super hard right here, I don't want to get stopped out for a loss. I want to get stopped out for positive profits. Even if it's just another 30 bucks, that'll put me on 550 for the day, right? Like, I need to keep in perspective, like, my profit for the day is what I need to protect more than chasing more profit, right? So I just protected that profit. Look, right where I told you, price is going to come into it and reject. That's why I'm like, oh, okay, look, we just touched it. Now I'm going to start protecting. Isn't that a little crazy how I can just see exactly where price is going to reject at? The only reason I can do that is because I understand that this is algorithmic, right? This is all just math. The only thing is, like, I just don't know the algorithm, right? Like, I don't know the actual numbers on paper, but I do know how to find it. Like, I understand where price is at fair at. I do this literally. This is the third stream in a row I've touched price to the tick. So, if you think it's fugazi, that's on you, man. I'm the one making money. Right here. Pushes up into it, cracks it, comes down and retests it. Now we're going to try to shoot. But I'm done for the day, right? That's my 100 bucks from the session, right? Like I told you guys, like my whole goal for this session was to protect the profits already made and not chase more, right? I can only make 800 bucks, I think, total in a day anyway, or I violate the consistency rule. So there's no point in sitting here going for a home run and home run and home run and home run, right? I'm just looking for a base hit, base hit, base hit. That's it. Do I think price is going to continue pushing up here? Yeah, probably so. But I got a life to live. I work on a farm. It's harvest season right now, so for me right now, trading is as simple and as short as it can possibly be. And then I'm just done for the day, and I'll come back and do it again tomorrow. And if you do that, you guys, if you don't sit here and live on the chart, it's amazing how your profit just stays in your account, right? Like, I won't even open this up again until Monday. And it's crazy how this profit is going to be there when I get back Monday, you know? Whoa, that's crazy, man. I didn't sit here and overtrade after I made money and the money's still in my account. Oh my gosh, how does that work, you know? Like, you don't think you guys are invincible because you had a good day. That's what I'm talking about. That's actually a very good example of what I mean by your brain doesn't know the difference between good or bad dopamine. You sit there and you take 5 losses in a row and you're down $1,000 and you're like, fuck it, I'm just gonna, who cares, I got 500 bucks left, I'll just reset. That's dopamine. It doesn't have to be every single time you get dopamine, doesn't mean you're gonna feel good. It's your brain getting addicted to the process just because it's releasing dopamine, right? And you won't even notice it. If you're sitting there and you're getting caught in the cycle, you aren't even going to notice it. Until you really kind of take a step back. You almost have to look at your life like a third-person perspective. You know? That's something I tell my students sometimes. One moment. I need to blow my nose. Sorry about that. That's something I tell my students sometimes. Is that, oh man, what was I just thinking about? I totally just lost it. It'll come back to me. It'll come back to me. I hate when that happens. Oh man, I just got over being sick. I've been fighting a nasty cold all week. Dopamine, yeah, I know I was talking about something about dopamine, but I just don't remember What I was about to say, I was talking about good and bad, man. I'm trying to remember exactly what I was going to tell my. It'll come back to me. One of my rants, dude. You know how I get, Myron. Um, I know, dude. I just don't remember what specific point I was on at the moment. I had to blow my nose, man. It was gnarly. It's been happening a lot lately. Well, dude, I just freaking quit smoking weed like a couple weeks ago, and so I'm like still getting used to it. Like I was a big stoner for like 10 years. Um, but at some point you just gotta quit, right? So life's been good though. I've been feeling a lot sharper, a lot more active. Not like sluggish during the day. Ironically, food tastes better. Dude, I was looking for B12 last night, man, because you were telling me about that, and I just could not find it at the store. I was at like this really cheap grocery store though. I was like, man, come on. Their medicine section was like one shelf. Are you guys taking any trades today? Does anybody have any questions about like this opening strategy, anything like that? I feel like whenever I come in here, people are kind of crickets. Um, that doesn't bother me. I legitimately don't care you guys ask questions or not. But like, just realize like this is your chance during the week with access to me for free. Um, I'm 3 for 3 on the funded futures trading or funded futures network streams. Right, we're all green every single stream. So if you're struggling, if you're red, this is your chance to ask questions for free. Cause I usually charge for this. Yeah, Bean, I got you. All right, so let me lock this real quick, and then we'll go to a blank chart. Right. All right. So here's my opening strat. Right. If you've never traded it before, then your chart's blank. Right. Here, I'll even take this off, and we'll walk through it entirely. Yeah, because this actually needs an edit. Okay. So if you've never traded this before and you wanted to start trading like this is how you would do it. Here's your rules. You're gonna come here. You're gonna get this indicator, right? This is the only indicator I use. It's called FX Market Sessions by Boy Toki. Oh shoot. Right. And all it does is it shows me where does price open at. Okay. Now you could sit here and argue, but Corbin, the market doesn't open until 9:30. Yeah, that's fucking cool and all. Okay, but I'm not looking for that influx of that volume, right? I'm not sitting here, I'm not trying to chase price. My whole thought process about this is based around human psychology, right? Um, I am a big proponent of psychology being the main reason someone is either profitable or not profitable, right? I don't think your strategy matters for dick. Like, I literally don't think it matters at all. I'll say this every single week. I think as long as you have good risk management, um, you could sit here and you could flip a coin, heads long, tails short, and you could trade like that every single day. I legitimately don't think it would matter about your strategy. Of course, you can have a better edge with a good strategy, but the whole point of what I'm saying is when I take this entry right here, even just because my strategy is like, oh, wait for a close outside the box and that's when you enter. Just because that's my strategy doesn't mean like, oh, we got to close outside the box. Now I can control price and I'm going to send it up. Like, at no point ever in my entire life will I ever have control over what price does. At no point in my life will I ever have control over how much money I'm going to make today. The only thing you can ever control when you're trading is how much money am I going to risk, right? That's why when you see me take this trade, and I'm right here, I start with 1 micro, I drag it down, I see, oh, okay, that's about 80, 90 bucks. I know my risk tolerance per trade is about $150 to $200, so okay, I can take a second micro. Now, if this zone was half the size, guess what? I would be trading with 4 micros because it's half the size, right? I can have twice the position size and it's the same risk. I'm controlling the amount that I risk with this zone, right? This zone is giving me a definitive amount of risk, and so with that, I can protect my capital, right? Like, I don't have to worry about my cash on hand because I know that with the way that I trade, I can never lose this much money in one trade. Literally just won't happen. Impossible. I know my risk tolerance is 200 to, like, if I'm trading minis, it might be a little bit bigger. But with this strategy, trading like this, no more than $200. And if you're someone that's not profitable, if you're not making money from trading, then I don't even suggest you trade a mini, right? Like, the only reason I trade minis is to expedite my evals, right? Because they don't necessarily matter to me. And what do I mean by that? I don't have to take these evals as serious because I can sit here and blow up an eval every day and I'm not going to be hurting financially, right? I'm making money from my funded accounts. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you I'm going to degen an eval away every single day, but I can trade them a little bit more aggressive. I can get them past, I can get them in the right direction the first day, and then I can slow it down. So if you're trading successfully and you're trying to build your capital, that's a good way to go about it. But this isn't a good way to get your first funded account. Like, don't get that confused, right? Like, this is not a good way to get your first funded account. You shouldn't be swinging for the fences trying to get 25% in one trade, right? This is whenever you understand how to trade, understand what price is doing, right? Because the trade that I took for this wasn't even a breakout, right? The trade I took for this was right here. You've got this fair price, right? Right here. I see prices breaking out of it, and we come into this deviation wick, right? So yeah, fair price. Come into this wick. I see, oh, okay, we're wicking right here. Where are we wicking at? All right, if I put this line. Oh, we're triple bottoming? Well, what are we triple bottoming into? Oh, that's funny. This balance right here. Huh. So whenever I seen it push down right here, I instantly just went long right here with like 2 minis. Wrote it up. Didn't even have to. Could have literally cleared the entire account right here, but the consistency, so I just stopped. Had it cut out. Easy trade. Now you'll never see me scalp on stream because I don't think it's responsible to teach you guys this way. But I do think there's a time and a place for it once you understand the market, right? So with that being said, I'm looking for the first 10 minutes of price, right? We get the close outside of it right here. You see this candle right here, right? It closes outside of my 10-minute zone, so I take the buy. Okay, now my stop is instantly going to go down here. It goes below this, right? And I'm going to give it like $1 below it, right? I'm not going to put it right at the bottom. I'm going to give it a little room because price might try to wick you. Okay, so you have your close outside. I take my entry. And then from here, like I said, the only thing I can do is control my risk, right? So I'm going to make sure that I'm not risking any more than $200. That's why today you saw me take 1 micro. Okay, it's $100. I can take a second one. And that's usually how I'll take these trades. I'll start with one, see what the risk is like, and then debate, is it worth to add on additional risk? Like, yes, that's potentially more profit, but it's potentially more money I could give back, right? And if I didn't manage this trade correctly, then I would have given everything back and taken a loss, right? So just because you get the correct entry doesn't mean that you're finished. That's like basically where you start, It's not like, oh, I got the correct entry, now I'm going to get paid. No, now you have the correct entry. Now you need to understand why this is correct and where price is going to come to before it rejects, which is where targeting the closest balance outside of the zone in the direction of the close is, right? Oh, and by the way, I don't think I finished with this point. I do from 9 to 9:10, right? Purely based off of human psychology, right? So just imagine that you're working at any job, right? Just like outside of trading, just forget about trading completely right now and just think about like human psychology, right? This is my idea behind this. Like I was telling you, I think psychology is all you really need to be a successful trader is to understand the way your brain works and be able to manage it. And then on a larger scale, understand just how humans work, right? Like we're all pretty similar. Yes, we're all individually unique, but I hate to tell you, like we're all pretty much predictable. We're all humans. We're all predictable. Like we're just another animal, you guys. We're conscious, smart animals, but that doesn't mean anything else. As far as like our tendencies are predictable. So why does that matter to me? Well, what happens whenever you guys have worked a job and you've been working there, a couple years, you've been there for a long time, it becomes kind of robotic, right? Becomes repetitive, right? So for me, the way that I see that working out in the market, right? This is all just like speculation. I have zero proof behind this, right? This is like entirely like my speculation for why I use this 10 minutes of price though. Um, and it's just personal opinion, right? Like I don't actually have any facts behind this, but my thought process is that if you show up to work and you clock in and it's 9 a.m., there's a good chance the clock doesn't hit. There's a good chance that when the clock hits 9 a.m., you aren't sitting down on your ass working, right? Like the clock hits 9 a.m. Some of the people haven't even got there yet. Like let's be honest. Like some people are still like gonna be there a few minutes late. Um, and in trading, this is important because this is the people that control the volume in the market, right? This is where the moves come from. So, what do I mean by that? Um, I bet that this move right here is coming from institutional money, right? This chop up is retail, right? Here's where institutions start stepping in, right? Right at that 9:30 mark, right? Where volume's going to start picking up. But people are already sitting down, right? Like it's 10 minutes past. Like, okay, what's your boss going to do? He's going to be on your ass if you're still just sitting there talking, right? Okay, people are sitting down. They're starting to look at things. This is why I use the first 10 minutes, right? That's my thought process behind it. Is people are going to start working around 10 minutes after their shift starts, not right when their shift starts. That's literally my entire like thought process behind it. It's just that people are people. They aren't 100% productive. If I can sit here and get in whenever they start working and start understanding price, then I'll probably do pretty good. Instead of sitting here waiting on this momentum at 9:30 and trying to like guess the direction. Um, yes, 9 to 9:10 Eastern, but only for New York, right? So what I mean by in the zone of the session, like this is 9 a.m. for London. This is 9 a.m. for Tokyo. And this will change depending on where you are in the world. You might have to edit this correctly. For me, this is how it is. Um, but like with Tokyo, whenever we have these time changes, so like we have a time change coming up, depending on where you live in the world, also you might have other time changes. Like I know Australia just had a time change, but we don't recognize it here in America. So depending on where you live in the world, you might have to adjust this Tokyo session because Japan doesn't recognize any time changes. So this session will change depending on what time of the year you are in America because our time is either 1 hour forward or 1 hour back. It's not consistent, right? So that's why it's important to know what time of the year you're at so that you can have this correct 9 a.m. open right here. Because this is 9 a.m. in Tokyo, this is 9 a.m. in London, this is 9 a.m. in New York, right? And then right here, Where did I tell you price was going to come to? Right, this zone right here that I had drawn out. That's why I'm targeting the closest balance outside of the zone. Right, targeted it. I'm not sitting here praying that it's going to break and run and run and run. I'm just looking for my base hit. It comes up, it targets it, and then what I do, I start trailing my stop to protect capital. These 4 steps is literally all you need to be profitable, as long as you manage your price, as long as you manage your risk correctly. No, I just brain dead like a monkey, dude. As soon as I see it close outside, I take the entry. Like, there's literally zero thought. Zero, and I mean absolutely zero thought going through my head. I see it close outside, I take the entry. Like, I've back tested this for so long that I don't even think about it anymore. Like, I could have known, like, I knew price is coming up right here, and that this is the turning, this is the decision point, right? I don't know if price is going to come through it or reject right here, so I don't take another trade off of this zone. But I know for a fact when I see price close outside, it's breaking this structure, that we're going to come up and test this. And now where does price come from here? It's probably going to come and bounce right here. And like this move right here is twice the size of the trade I just caught, right? Like, you guys don't have to, you know, it's trading isn't only catching these big candles like this, right? Like candles like this. There's so much money to be made in these little moves. You just have to know when to take it, right? You can't be getting sit here caught in the chop, oversized, and then you're like panicking, freaking out because your P&L swinging. Well, your P&L swinging like that and you're freaking out because you're over risk, dude. Has nothing to do with the trade, has nothing to do with anything other than the only thing that you control, which is your risk. And if that's bugging you, then guess what? You need to fix that. There's actually a little balance right here. The price will probably tap into first. You can see it right here. It's on the 1 minute for sure. Yeah, see? Push up, push down, push up. This is balance. But yeah, so this is exactly what I do every single day. This is how I trade. And like I said, I'll do it on NASDAQ, but only during London and Asia session. I won't trade New York like this. Just because you get these massive moves. And I just don't like being a part of it, really. It gets my heart racing. I'm not like very well in control of my psychology during these sessions like this. And so I just avoid them. There's a lot of money to be made here if you can trade this well, but there's also a lot of money to be lost if you can't, right? Like, what happens if you take a buy right here? Are you going to hold for 50 points? Like, I wouldn't have, right? So I would have taken a loss. And then I would have been like, oh, it's going short. And then I would have taken another 40, 50 point loss, right? I don't trade these well, so by no means am I the best trader in the world. Am I the most perfect trader? But I do know how to avoid the shit that I don't do well. And this is it, right? Trading New York, NASDAQ, I don't do it well. So what do? I protect my capital by just simply never doing it. Right? Like, why stress about something when I have the choice between do I do it or not? Well, if I choose not to do it and I make that part of my strategy, then I never have to stress about this. I used to never even trade Fridays. Like, I wouldn't trade Friday. I only started trading Fridays because Funded Future Network asked me to do a stream on Fridays. And I was like, yeah, I'll do it. But before that, I just gave myself a long weekend every weekend because I have that choice as a trader, as my own boss. Everyone's like, oh, it's a holiday weekend. Meanwhile, I'm like, oh, yeah, I get one of those every week. It's pretty nice. Like, you know? But that's just like the long term, like the benefits of being successful, right? Being profitable. You can do pretty much whatever you want. Like, at some point it gets kind of boring, right? Like, you're like, oh, what am I going to do today? Well, I guess I'll just have a steak, not do anything, go to the park, go to the beach, go fish. But it's a good boring. Like it's a good problem, right? It's you have bad problems, you have good problems. That's definitely a good problem. Um, let's back test the strategy a little bit here. Here you go. Here's your close below, right? So I just take the entry, mindless. Mindless as can be. No thought in my mind. Take the entry, stop above the zone. Price runs, right? Again, absolutely zero thought in my mind. Only thing that ever occurs to me is how much can I enter with because of how big is the zone. Like I want to get the biggest position I can each day, but I'm not going to like oversize my position just because I'm going to chase a win. I'm going to get the biggest position based on this zone, right? So from here, like on this day, 3.2.6 to 3.2, so what is that, 2.4? So on one micro, that's $24, right? So I could have traded, 8 micros on this trade and been at my $200 risk, right? So get the close here, 434, pushes up to, I probably would have got out like right here, 440, because this is that first like little change. So is that 6 points times 8? 6 times 8 is 54. It's $540, right? Off of the initial move, you guys. The initial move. I don't have to get caught in all this sauce when everyone finally starts entering, all the volume starts coming in, people are panicking. Oh, is it going higher or lower? Higher or lower? I don't know. I'm just going to enter because I want to trade. Like, that's what idiots do. And I don't mean that in a bad way if you're doing that. You're not like, I don't mean you're an idiot, but you definitely have some idiotic habits that you need to fix, right? And I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat shit for you guys. I'm not going to sit here and be your buddy. Like I said, like, I legitimately don't need this money. Look, where does price touch at? How did I know? Oh, because I understand the way price works. Is it going to push up here, or are we going to go for the next one? But I'm not going to be your friend, right? I'm not here to be your best friend. We can be friendly with each other. That's separate. But, like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, don't worry, bro. That bad habit's totally okay. You'll get over it. Like, I'm going to call you out on your shit. I'm going to let you know what you're doing wrong. And then you can take it how you want. But point being is if you're in these bad habits and you're in these groups and you're like, they're like, oh, don't worry, we'll get you there. Just one more month. They're just stringing you along because chances are they probably aren't making any money from trading. Like, they need the whop money. So don't get caught in that cycle, you guys. If you can't sit down, look at price, and take a trade on your own. If you're like waiting on someone's signals, waiting to copy someone's trades, if you come into here every single day and you're like, I'll just take the trades that whoever's streaming today is taking because Funded Futures Network trusts them to stream. Well, I hate to break it to you, but one, they do live review, right? So the first time I ever streamed here, they didn't even know if I was going to be good at this or not. So what if I was bad the first week I came in here and you're sitting here copying people just blindly, right? You would have lost an account that day. Now, everyone on the schedule now is pretty solidified. I see that they've been there for a long time. But still, that doesn't give you the validation to come in here and sit down and just copy my trades just because I'm taking them, right? The whole point of being here should be to learn how to understand the market and how to take these entries on your own. Because what if... I don't know. What if tomorrow the financial market goes... I don't know. What if some kind of extreme happens where you can't watch someone trade anymore and the only thing you can do is trade for yourself? Then are you going to be able to make it, or are you screwed? Like, at some point you guys are going to have to take the training wheels off, sit down, and really learn this shit for yourself. And that's like my whole goal with my group. I'll show you guys. This is us at the Speculators Guild, right? So, over here, I do streams every day just like this. And then every Saturday, we do a giveaway for a 50K eval. So tomorrow we'll do a giveaway. And then on Sundays we have a small class, right? Um, so basically, I do this every single day. My partner is Tyler. He does the small classes, and then you can see, boom, boom, boom. Look, here I am the other day. I'm like, oh, gold's coming down. It's gonna come and tap into this, right? Look, here's my screenshot. Price is gonna move down. It's gonna push up and then push back down, right? Now let's go take a look at gold. What happened on this day? Gold, 5 minute. It's right here, right? I'm gonna double check. Yep. Now remember my drawing, right? So price is gonna push down through this to where? Right over here at this balance. Right here. Right. Here we go. Is that the right one? Hang on, let me make sure I'm in the right session here. Or is this NASDAQ? No, this is gold. Man, I wish I had... Oh, Thursday, October 9th. Cool. Okay, this is the wrong day. Right here. Oh, no, this is the right day. Okay, so I was looking at this for balance then. Wait a minute. As I know, price is going to push down. No, I was looking at this. Yeah, price is going to push down. Alright. Come back up. And then shebang. Push down, come back up, shebang. I guess I was zoomed in a little bit more right here. I had this like this. Yeah. Right. It's just about understanding the market. You're never going to be perfect, right? Like I wasn't exact on these. But I also could have taken a continuation play here, right? Because look, you see you have this balance. And then what is price doing? Every single time it's coming up, closing below, coming up, closing below, coming up, closing right at it, pushing below. Close below the zone, dump. Right? Like this right here, just this is telling me like, oh, short, short, short. But you don't know that until you sit down and you start learning how to read price. Let me see. I feel like I've shouted out our Discord a lot already. Pretty much every week. So I will just copy in an invite link. Give it to you guys. Like I said, we're doing a giveaway tomorrow. Every single week we do a 50K giveaway for Funded Futures Network eval. So if that's something you're interested in, you should definitely join. All you have to do is just be there if you're a free member. Oh shoot, my hair's like all screwed up, dude. I got a massive knot. We have VIP where I do the streaming every day. It's $50 a month. And then we have the small class that's $100 a month. You get all the streams plus the small class. There's a lot of information in there. I'll show you real quick. So the way we do it is we have the Google Drive. And we have our class material folder. Alright, so in here we have all of our... we have all of our class material. It needs to get organized a little bit. Oh, that's why. Okay, here it is. It's organized. So yeah, as you can see, we have the first week, right, auction market theory. We have the second week, market structure. Our third week, we did a review of these two. And then the fourth week, we're talking about order blocks and how to find them. and it's pretty in depth, right? Uh, no, is this a video? No. Let me see. I'm trying to find. I want to give you guys a sneak peek, but I don't want to give away too much. I need to fix this one. We'll just go here. I've given this sneak peek before, so if you've seen it, you don't need to watch it again. It's on my YouTube. But I'm going to give you guys the intro to the class, right? This is the first week. I'm going to give you like 5 minutes of it. Um, and then I'm probably going to call it from here. So if you're interested in this, you can watch it. If not, I'm done trading for the day. So
All right, must just be you, Sergio. So what's the problem with traditional, traditional thinking? It's the retail trap, right? So retail traders have things that they do. You chase green candles, fearing your red ones. You're over relying on lagging indicators. Seeing the market as chaotic and random when really it's not chaotic and random. Everything in the market has a purpose of why it was there. Reacting to news headlines. This is how most people see the market, and our goal is to clear that noise. Our goal is to look inside and kind of see what the market is for real. Because once you get caught up in the noise, you really can't get a good idea of what exactly is going on. So as I said earlier, the market is a continuous auction house. So what do I mean by that? In any auction, you're going to have two main groups. First, you're going to have an auctioneer. The auctioneer's job isn't to guess the price. Their job is to facilitate the trade of the market. They want to find a price that gets the most people to transact, whether that be buying or selling, and they want a lively room, right? They want to move the merchandise, which is their contracts. In our market, the auctioneers are the facilitators. These are the large institutions, banks and hedge funds and market makers. They are not a shadowy group that preys on you when you're trading. They are just large entities with a simple goal to buy low and sell high, to profit from the flow of order. They have capital to move. They have liquidity. Now, who are they auctioning to? The second group, the bidders, these are the participants in the room waving the paddles. In our world, they are the retail traders. This is most of us. We are the demand. We consume liquidity. We react to the price that the auctioneer calls out. We get emotional, we get fearful, and we get greedy. And here is the most critical insight that you must internalize. The facilitators, or the auctioneer, are always on the other side of the bidders and retail's emotion. When retail is euphoric and FOMO buying the top, who's selling to them? The market makers are. When retail
so let me stop right there. Do you guys understand the way that these contracts work whenever you're actually taking them? Let me go right here and I'll show you. This is a streaming account I have. I'm just going to be completely transparent about it. I get this from Funded Futures Network. It's a streaming account. I get it basically to stream for you guys. Um, but I just use it as an example account because I don't believe that. I think it's kind of fugazi if I sit here on an account that doesn't matter, that I can just trade wildly to teach you guys on, right? Like, I only teach on a live environment, but I use this account to do demonstrations with. So that's why I'm going to be on this, and it doesn't matter. Like my account balance legitimately doesn't matter on this account because it's just basically the same as like a demo account. Um, but point being is, we are retail traders, right? We do not control the market. We are just basically trying to read it and take money out of it. The caveat is that only 1 to 15% of people are consistently profitable. And if you break it down to prop firms, less than 15% of people are profitable. Only about 7%, right? What does this tell you as a retail trader? This tells you that most of the money that comes out of us as retail is just going straight to the bank, right? Um, Point being is we can't control the market. We're just trying to take profits out of it. Most people that sit down whenever they trade, they aren't trying to take profits out of it. They're trying to guide the market. They're like, oh, price is going here 100%. I'm just going to stay in. I'm just going to stay in. What's happening whenever you're taking a buy? An institution just sold a contract. Somebody has to sell you this contract. This doesn't just, you don't just generate a contract, right? So what does that mean? Whenever I'm buying this, I'm buying it. Someone has to sell it on the other side. Okay? Who's selling it to us? The auctioneers, the facilitators, right? We are retail. We're the bidders. The auctioneers, this is whenever they unload money. This is whenever they take money out of this. Institutions don't have to be right or wrong. Institutions open up positions both ways. Institutions are allowed to hedge. This is how they make their money. An institution would open up 1,000 contracts long, right? The whole way down, right? This entire move down, they're taking long, 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 long. Why are they doing that? Because retail is taking profit right here. Profit, 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 profit. Well, who has to be on the other side of that profit? The institutions. They're stacking, stacking, stacking. This entire move up, right here, this entire move up, when retail is buying, 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 institutions are selling. They're selling, 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 and they're doing it in small amounts to not move the market, right? They're stacking their position. Okay? As retail, we have to understand this, and that's why there is areas of fair price, right? Right here, when price starts to break up and it starts to become unfair again, this is where they kind of chill out. Price is fair again. It's going to go sideways. And then whenever you get these big expansion candles like this, right? Look, this is a great example right here. Get my arrow. Where are you at, arrow? Right here. So from right here all the way to right here, right? What is happening? Retail has no clue what the fuck's going on. They're freaking out. They're trying to take a good trade, right? They're just trying to make money. They don't understand what's happening. This is percentage based. This is 93% of people are just in here gambling, literally by percentage, right? They're like buying, 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 buying. Retail. They're thinking price is going to go up. Oh, we're in this uptrend. From this position here, all the way up to here, institutions are selling. They're stacking sell orders, sell order, sell order, sell order. What is this? 22 to 10. So for 12 hours, institutions are sitting here stacking orders. This right here, this is when they drop the hammer. This is when they drop that 2,000 contract entry and just push price down. Now what happens? Retail starts selling, right? So remember, all these contracts that got bought right here from the institutions, they're going to get sold, right? Who are they getting sold to? They're going to get sold to the retail traders that are chasing price. Institutions, they're making money on every single one of these. They're dollar cost averaging the whole way up until they have a big enough position when they're like, all right, let's dump it. That's the people that control the market, right? We don't have enough capital to do that. We have to be aware of what they're doing and how they think to be able to capitalize on it, right? That's the whole point of what we try to teach here is how to teach you how to trade like an institution instead of trading like a retail trader.
Retail is panicking and panic selling at the bottom. Who's buying it? The facilitators. Their entire business model is facilitation. So people have this idea that the market is in it to trap themselves, right? They think that the market makers are on one side of the market or the other. It does a market maker no good to be bullish or bearish because the act of a market maker is to facilitate trade. They make their money on the order flow, they make their money on the spread, and they make their money just like we just talked about. When we're selling, they're buying, and when we're buying, they're selling because there always has to be somebody in the market to be on the other side of, you know, our orders. So with that in mind, that's the way you have to look at these things. If you see candles going up or going down very aggressively, you have to fight the urge into falling into that FOMO trap because you have to think of the market now as you need to think of it as a facilitator. You need to think of why would they be putting price the way they're putting it? If retail is doing this, what should I be doing? And when you start thinking about the market like that, it really starts to open up, what you can do, what you think of. So facilitators are always on the other side. They're always on the other side. They're almost never on the same side as us. Sometimes, in small percentage of times, they will be on the other side of on the same side of us, but it's for a very brief moment. When they want to break out price, when they want to send price into discovery mode, that's usually when they do it. But the key to understanding a price movement is for 95% of the time, facilitators, auctioneers, market makers, whatever you want to call them, are on the opposite side of where we are as retail traders. So with that in mind, that is going to help us plan out our trade. Okay. So on this next slide, I'm going to show you guys a little.
All right, so that's all I'm going to give you guys out of that. You guys get 5 minutes the entry to our first class. It's not fair to the people that pay. It's not fair to my partner if I give you guys any more than that, right? There are people in my group that are serious about this and they pay good money, $100 a month for the material. So I'm not going to sit here and give you guys, an entire lesson for free. That'd be outrageous. But you guys can have that little sneak peek. I've given it once before, and I'll probably just keep rotating. I gave a sneak peek on the first lesson and the second lesson, and I'll probably just keep rotating back and forth between those two, because it wouldn't be fair to sit here and give the first 5 minutes of every class either. So, um, if you're interested in that, you can go to my YouTube. And then it's right here, right? So this one would have the one from week 2, right? And I'll even give you the time here if you want to go and look at it. So 5 minute 55:48 is when it's going to start. And then if you wanted to see the sneak peek on the second one, if you're curious, here's the link. And then before I get off, is there anything that you guys like? I see a lot of people here. It's like half and half. Half the people here are like students that are in my class, and then half of you guys are like just Funded Futures Network. Um, is there anything that you guys are struggling with that, like, even if I didn't talk about it, like in your trading, that you want to get some advice on before I get off? We're going into the weekend. It would be a good time to reflect on your week. If you're blowing up accounts or something, you can speak up. There's nothing wrong with it. Like, let's just, you gotta put that ego to the side and just accept, like, okay, I'm fucking up. I need to fix something, you know? So if any of you have any questions, I'm gonna give you guys like a minute or two to, like, voice it. If not, then I'll probably end it right here. But seriously, I'd love to help you guys if you're struggling at all, if you have any questions about the market in any way. Um, that's what I'm here for, really. Like anything about the strategy, anything about the way price works, about risk management, about psychology. I try to not take more than two. When I take more than two, I get in this like gambling mode where it's just like scalp, 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 and I lose control, and then the account's gone. And that's just me personally. I know that's how I get. So instead of trying to like trade my way through it and be like a professional scalper, then I just accept the fact that I'm not very great at scalping and work with what I'm good at instead of working against myself. So that's why you don't see me sitting down here and taking a bunch of trades. I'll just take like the one, maybe two, and then if they both go wrong, then I'm just like, all right, I gotta walk away. Because after that second one is whenever I start getting like mad and I start trying to fight the market. Yeah, for sure, Luis. Like I said, you guys, we are doing a 50K eval giveaway every single week. So if that's something you're interested in, all you have to do is be here. I'll post the link again. Nice, dude. Yeah, I did this, dude. I've blown up so many funded accounts from Tilt, man. It's all part of the process. You get to the point where you start passing evals easy, but then fundeds are still hard, and you get to the point where like, oh, okay, I've been through so many fundeds that like I understand there's really no difference. Um, it's all part of the process, man. You're in the right direction though. Here's me and Tyler. We do a lot of analysis here for our VIP members. All right. So this is where we will do our giveaways. We do the giveaway in the free streaming, and it's right here. You can see it's marked. Right. All you have to do is be in the Discord and be active when I do the live stream. Um, if you're a free member, and then the way it works is we have three tiers of membership. Right. We have the one-on-one that we call gilded confirmed. So these people we do one-on-one calls with. We do a weekly prep. So on Sunday we do an hour call with them, each individually, and we get them prepped for the week. We do like an analysis. Uh, we refresh on our lessons a little bit with them and get them prepped and ready. And then on Friday we do a review with them, 1 hour each individually, and they get we review basically their week of trading for them. The whole point of the one-on-one is to basically have more access to us and be more personal, but it's not. It doesn't mean that I'm going to sit here and trade for you. Like that's why we do a prep and a review, and I'm not sitting here like giving you a roadmap every single day, right? The point is to guide you to being individual and profitable on your own. Then we have the small class, right? This is where we do the classes at. And then we have basic VIP. I don't know why it's not showing up right there, but we have basic VIP. It's probably all these people that are offline. But for the giveaway, the point that I'm telling you this is that on the giveaway, the way that it's structured is the VIP member or the free members get one entry. The basic VIP members get two entries. The small class members get three entries, and then anyone that's one-on-one gets four entries. And then also, we need boost for the server. So if you have Nitro and you want to boost us, um, dang, wait, let me boost anymore. Oh, every boost you give us, we will give you an additional entry on the giveaway. So like, Jay gets an additional entry, Bean gets two entries, Norwood gets an extra entry, Doza gets an extra two entries. Um, and that's just the way that we structure it. And then what I do is I go over here and I go to the wheel spinner, my favorite thing in the world. And you see, like last week, this is all the names we had, right? And so, like, whenever I spun it, this is basically how it works. So like example, like right now Norwood would have won because you see he has his all his entries because he's VIP plus he did the two boost, so it gives him a better chance. Whereas like you see like Sequel, HX2, um, SJ. Oh no, SJ is not. But you can see like if I try to tailor it to where I give the people that are more active, more serious about it, a bigger chance. But I want everyone to have a chance to win every week. So right now there's not a whole lot of names going in. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. There's only 20 people that entered last week, right? But then we had 59 entries because of all the different tiers. Um, so that's the way that I do that. Again, if you are just free, you have to be there. And then anyone that's like VIP, any of my paid members, they don't have to be there. I just have it set up to where they'll be entered automatically. So if you join the basic, the small class, the one-on-one, then you'll be automatically entered in the giveaways. You don't have to be there. But If you're a free member, you have to be there, and you have to react to the message. I'll show you. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Right here. So we have this bot made. I have this bot made, and whenever you react to this message, it will print your name out onto a list for me, and it'll print it the right amount of times. Um, but you just have to, if you're a free member, you have to be here and you have to click this, right? If you don't click this, then it's not going to enter you. So I'm just letting you know that right now. And I'll go over that tomorrow, like multiple times whenever I do the giveaway. Um, but yeah. And then also on Tuesdays, I do free streams. So if you just like this kind of content and you want to learn more of it, but you don't necessarily know if it's something that you want to put your money towards yet, you want to validate me a little bit more and see if this is what you like, then on Tuesday, uh, for New York and for Tokyo, I stream for free and the free streaming on my server. So we have the free area right here. Um, we have the free chat. I post the news every week. We have all of our prop affiliate codes. So um, the Fun and Futures is still going right now. They're 50% off. I need to post the redo on that. Here is some of our students. Some of these are one-on-ones. And then I have the giveaway winners. I still need to get the receipt from the last guy, but this is the first one we did 2 weeks ago. So here, this is going to be like the proof, like, oh, I'm actually giving these away. I'm not just like pocketing the accounts and like telling you guys someone won. Everyone's got to have a meme section somewhere for everyone to shit post. Tyler's pretty big on motivation. On my streams, usually I'll do like a motivation stream in the morning. So typically before stream starts, about like 10-15 minutes before the stream starts, I'll be on YouTube and I'll play something like dun, 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 dun. I like this guy a lot. If you guys are struggling with mental control at all, just anywhere in your life, like not even outside of trading, like if you're going through a breakup, if somebody passed away, anything like that, this is a great place to find some clarity. I especially like this one. So usually in the morning, I'll play something like this. I'll have my sticky note right here, and I'll just let this run, right? I'll be taking a shower or something, because for me it's like 6 a.m., and I try to get everybody in the right mindset. So you'll see that usually in the morning from me, and then I'll go into the trading around like 9:10 whenever my zone prints. Right. One, this gives you guys a good way to start your day, and two, this keeps me off the chart until my strategy is ready to go, because then I can't like get bored and take a trade. So it's win-win. We have our food share, right? Everyone's always cooking. Me, I like to cook. I'm always cooking it up. And then Snoblo, man, hang on, let me find Snoblo, dude. He's always eating good. Leon's always eating good. Hang on, this guy though. Oh man, we got this fucking talking in here one day. Bro, always eating good. Man, he hasn't been posting for a minute. Maybe he quit eating good. Oh man, dude, this made me want Texas barbecue so bad. Then we have, our fitness section. We try to stay motivated. I'm not too big on fitness, so this you won't really see me here a whole lot. But Tyler is. A lot of people in here are. Lifestyle, right? So, for those of you that don't work, I work on a farm, a cannabis farm in California. It's legal, so don't freak out. But uh, yeah, so this is where like we post about like a lot of whatever, just our life in general. So if you see me posting any plants in here, just know they're all legal. It's just part of my job. We have our music, right? So we have our server suggestions. So anything that you guys want to suggest, we talk about this all in admin chat whenever we see it here. And then in our VIP area, right, we have the VIP chat. This is a lot more technical analysis in here. Like we post our trades in here a lot more. In the free chat, I usually just hang out, but over here I will give like insight to trades and stuff. To the people that are serious, that are paying. That's where I usually post my trades at. We have our psychology area, right? So just think about this. 50 bucks a day is an extra 12 grand a year in your pocket, right? You don't need to chase these $1,000 days every single day. Like I said, we have our technical analysis, and then we have Lupin. Lupin's really good. He's really, really good at trading 1 micro. So you're going to see him trade 1 micro and do really well with it. 1, 2, 3 micros. He's very, very, very consistent. Very good at his risk control. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. Anybody join? Hey, we got some people today. Cool. Yeah, that's right. I see when you guys join. I got it all logged. You change your name, I see it. You change a message, I see it. Oh, and another thing. I'm going to tell all of you right now. If you join my giveaway tomorrow and you start trying to make fake accounts and try to take advantage of it, I will ban you from my server. I can see it. I'm not new at this shit. I understand how computers work. If you try to take advantage of it, you're going to get removed from it and you'll never have a chance to win. If you're fair, if you just join once like you're supposed to, you got 52 chances a year to win. I had somebody the first time I did a giveaway in the group try to make like 20 accounts thinking I wouldn't notice. Come on, dude. 20 accounts all with the same IP, all just got created, all just joined at the same time. You think I was born yesterday? Yeah. Banned him real quick, send him a DM. Hey, no. I know it wasn't you, Bean. I know exactly who it was. I sent him a DM. Hey, sorry. I had kindly had to remove you for the 20 entries you tried to put in our Discord. Hope you can find a server that will allow you to do that and does giveaways every weekend. Best of luck. Block. So don't think I won't do it to you. I will. Don't take advantage of me. Don't try to take advantage of my community. Don't try to take advantage of Funded Futures Network. We do this to give back to you guys. So, um, don't forget they're doing their buy one get one sale until Halloween. They extended it. That's a fucking huge sale, you guys. Like they literally started the buy one get one sale in the industry. And anyone that you see doing a buy one get one copied Funded Futures Network. So take advantage of that. They have 60% resets today, so take advantage of that if you got an account that you need to reset. Um, but realistically, if you have an account you need to reset, you might as well spend an extra 20 bucks and get 2 accounts instead of one. Or it could be less, if maybe you have a bigger account that you want to reset. I just trade 25K accounts, so whenever I'm talking about prices, that's what they'll reflect. But alright, you guys, that's pretty much it for me today. 3 for 3 green. We're gonna end the day green, end the week green. By I think 550. Yeah, 550. So that's it for me today. I'll be here again next Friday. Like I said, if you want to see me stream, I do it for free on Tuesdays. So, like I said, you don't got to pay no money. I'm just trying to help you guys learn how to see the market the way that I see it and how to be profitable. Trading smart, trading small, and just being patient with it, right? The whole point is to compound your gains. You don't need to make $1 million in one day. Um, and like I said, I do it for free on Tuesdays, and then I do it for free here Friday morning. So I'm gonna get going. I got a lot of work to do this weekend. It's gonna be a long weekend, so I hope you guys have a good weekend. Try to be productive. Get out there, get in the sun a little bit. Get your mind away from the computer. Get refreshed. Get reset for next week. If you had a bad week, doesn't mean you're a bad trader. Do not let a bad week try to confuse you with like your ability to trade, right? Everyone has bad weeks. Just because you had a bad week doesn't mean you're a bad trader. Just because you took a loss doesn't mean you're a loser, right? Everyone takes losses. Everyone has bad weeks. You just got to be able to go out there, reset, and come back. So I'll see you guys around. I hope to see you guys tomorrow for the giveaway. We do it at noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. Um, it's posted whenever, if you look at the the event, right, it'll be in your time zone. So wherever, like for me, it says noon because I'm in California, so it'll be 12. It'll be noon for me. But if you're central, it'll say like 2 or whatever. So whatever time it says right here for you is what time the giveaway will start. And then I usually give everybody about 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. It's usually about a short 30-minute stream. I give everybody about 10, 15 minutes to get there, react to the message. I get all the entries in. We wrap it up. I send out the code. We're on our way. I just do it on Saturday because there's nothing going on Saturday really in the trading industry. So I figure, it's a good way to keep the server active. It gives us a little something to do, come together, you know, be positive. Um, mm, mm, mm. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, that's okay, Jamison, because you're a small class member, so I'm going to enter you anyway. You don't have to be here, Jamison. Since you're a member, um, like I had Alexis change the bot to where anyone that pays gets entered automatically. So you'll be entered in every giveaway. Yup. Yup. I was like, man, I gotta make this right for my people. So, all right, you guys, I'm out of here. I'm gonna go get started on what I need to do today. Um, my DMs are open if anyone has any questions. Like I said, you're more than welcome to come over and check out the server. We're active there all the time, so you can always ask questions there. We're doing the giveaway tomorrow. We're doing the giveaway tomorrow. Um, and then Monday we start right back at it again. Do it all over again every single week. So, hope to see you guys around. I'm out of here. Later.